So there's this kid, what's his name again? It's called the Dogecoin Millionaire. So another crypto video here. This guy right here, okay? So he took, what was it? $160,000, something like that, and threw all of his money, over $100,000. I forgot exactly how much it was. You can follow him too, just to follow his journey. You know, I'm actually gonna follow him, right? And he threw all that money into Dogecoin, and then at one point when Dogecoin started to rise, Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency that was a meme coin, meaning there's no actual utility outside of the fact that it can be made into a legal tender, like money, right? So, and he threw all his money in there, and then when they started to pump it, let's go search for Dogecoin. Dogecoin is actually probably the 5th or the 3rd biggest right now. Let's see, it's actually number 7, okay, on the cryptocurrency coin market. Right now it's trading at 26 cents, okay? But let's look at the journey that Dogecoin has been on in the past 1 year, right? So if you look at the last 1 year, April 2021, it started going up from, what is this? From like 5 cents, basically skyrocketed up to 32 cents, all the way up to 63 cents at some point. So this guy ended up with like $2.3 million in his Doge account at one point, right? But since then, since the crash that happened May 17th, by the way, again, you can follow my crypto journey. Let me show you where that is. If you go to my home page, you can see, scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the crypto channel here. You can follow my weekly videos there, right? So anyway, so basically you end up with 2.3 million, okay? But by the end of this video, let me see if I can trace that particular part of the video. You can see here that his account is now out at $780,000 from $2.3 million because of this crash right here. Okay, because of this thing went out right here. Now there's nothing wrong with that so far, right? But this video was him basically lamenting and yelling at Kevin O'Leary, one of the, his name is his nickname is the Wonderful, what is it again? Mr. Wonderful, something like that, on the Shark Tank. If you watch CNBC or NBC's Shark Tank, right? So basically Shark Tank guy, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, this guy, let me see if I can find his picture for you. This guy right here, he basically said he doesn't understand why anybody will put money in the Dogecoin. Okay, now I do have some money in Dogecoin. I'm very aware, I'm 100% aware, right, that it's pure gambling. When I threw that money in there, everyone was pumping it. So I decided, let me have a little bit of a position there, right? But that's in addition to everything else I have going on in my portfolio. All right, so now here's the thing with this, okay? I do agree with Kevin O'Leary that Dogecoin is one of those extremely dangerous games, especially the way this guy played it, because he's getting defensive in this video. And the whole point when you're buying stock market, the whole point is you want to not involve your emotions. See, as human beings, as a default, we have emotions, okay? We have feelings. When greed and fear and they call them the FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? When that creeps in, it's no respecter of humans. Your feelings will be involved. That's just the way it works. So you don't want to be in a position where you're outrightly disrespecting the nature of humans and exercising your feelings and just getting emotional. The truth of the matter is that Dogecoin was a meme coin, meaning there was no real utility of it, not like Ethereum, okay? And if you're gambling, especially if all your money. So he's all in on Dogecoin, nothing else. And he doesn't, and he's very quick to defend himself. If you say, hey, don't you care about losing the money, he would tell you he's ready, he's prepared to lose all of that money. Okay, he'll be very quick to tell you that too, and that's cute, but it doesn't change the fact that you can lose your livelihood and lose your shirt or your back. It doesn't matter how stubborn or how much of a fact you think you know. At the end of the day, you're a human like the rest of us, okay? And what's gonna happen is that you're gonna lose all your money, okay? Or at the very minimum, your money could have gone a lot further by playing the right game. See, a lot of times we move in a way that almost seem like we think like everything is about the now. And the truth of the matter is that there's a good chance you're not gonna die right now, right? There's a good chance you're gonna suffer the consequences of your bad moves in the nearest short to mid term before we get to the long term, which can be worse, because then you start to reflect back and say, you know what, I was in a rush. Maybe I could have moved a little bit more smarter, wiser, and see what I can do with the resources at my disposal. So at first, you throw all your $150,000 into a coin and it turns out to $2.3 million. Most people would agree that at that point you probably should pull out $2 million in cash, right? And then play with the rest and then learn the market for real, because you basically got lucky. And the whole point of getting lucky is that it doesn't happen more than a few times, right? You couldn't repeat it as a strategy. If you could, then you wouldn't call it luck anymore, right? You would call it a strategy at that point. But the truth of the matter is that the payback was extremely quick. How do I know that? Because instantly the whole thing crashed all the way from 63 cents. Okay, think about it, 63 cents per token, right? All the way down to a 1.17 cents. Right now it's trading at 26 cents, right? That's a quick payback. He didn't get to pull any of that money. Granted, he still has like 700,000 in it right now. So yeah, we don't know where Dogecoin is gonna go. We don't even know where Tesla, that's a solid company with a bunch of products out there, we don't know where it's gonna go. How much more something that has no utility and no back-end products, right? We don't know where that's gonna go. So if we don't know where that's gonna go, it's always in your best interest to have other options, okay? Have other options, okay? And that learning how to have other options starts again with your mindset, okay? You should understand that this world, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed, period, right? So there is strategy. Anybody that you see having long-term success, there's a strategy behind it. There's a method to the madness, regardless of what it looks like on the surface. There's a method to the madness. And if you see somebody just flashing all over the place and just pop out of nowhere and they say, I got $2.3 million, and then now you think maybe you're the next. It's like you see somebody that won lottery yesterday and then you go to the corner store and say, I'm gonna be next. You're kidding yourself. Is it possible you can win next too? Yes. There's a difference between possibility and the probability. We're talking about the probability that it's going to be you. It's probably no, right? It's probably not going to be you. So it's very, 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 very not wise to play life like that, because life is a game. It's not a joke, but it's a game. You have to learn how to play it. You have to know, see, if you want to compare yourself to Mark Zuckerberg, then you have to go back to being 16, 17 years old and design a social network from your garage with no attachment to whatever happens, the outcome after that. However, if you're 33 years old, you got to switch up the game. Now you got to play some defense, not just offense, right? If you're 17, you can go all in and play the offense. If you're 33, you got to have some defense, because now you're starting to become a loser if you don't have your own house, you don't have a car. If you do need a car, by the way, because I understand some people are in New York City and places like that. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. Learn how to read between the lines. Let's play a balance of defense and offense depending on where you are in life. Let's not play the gambling game, okay? Because this guy that I'm looking at right here, okay, that behavior, he may actually end up with $5 million. But the problem is that behavior of basically gambling is going to go into other aspects of life, and he's still going to be a loser regardless. And that's the part that a lot of people don't understand about life. There's so multiple aspects to what makes up life, and if you don't understand that, you're going to feel invisible. And I've been where he's at. I was 25, 26 years old when I was 26, 27 years old when I had his mindset. Not that much, but close, right? I felt invincible. Young man making $1 million. I can say anything to anyone. But it was bullshit, because when 2008 crept in, it wiped me completely off the floor. Everything got pulled from under me, right? So again, balance is key in life. We got to be careful. We got to tread lightly. We have to be humble at all times.